morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Oh my gosh, I'm going to tell you, I need this coffee today because it is literally freezing out here. Wow. It has dropped so much, and I think we're going to get into the minuses pretty soon. But guys, I'll tell you what is heating up is this market is literally on fire. We've just heard that Canary Capital, of course, just got approved. They get their listing on the NASDAQ. Now, Steve McClure, who the CEO of Canary, came out and he said, listen, he believes that the XRP ETF is going to literally outdo what Solana has done. And on top of that, JP Morgan literally just came out on October the 29th where they, put out a study where they're literally seeing billions upon billions of dollars of demand for XRP ETFs. Just check this headline out right here. Now, guys, that is a big time deal. You're talking JP Morgan. Now, they're not absolute friends, of course, for XRP, but they absolutely can see value in what's coming. And this is where, for a lot of us, man alive, the pent up demand. And think about this on exchanges, the XRP available on those exchanges is just diminishing. It's getting less and less and less. And we could very well see a massive supply shock for XRP because you're not just talking one, you're talking 11 different ETFs that are getting approved. The dominoes are falling bang, bang, bang. And something else that we have all been waiting for, of course, is the passage of the Clarity Act. Well, guess what? You have got to check this clip out where you're seeing this. These guys, the Senate, are going to be out there and they are going to push this through and get this on the president's desk, guys, by the end of this year. Just listen to this.
The government finally reopens this week. We're expecting Congress can take on the Clarity Act, the long-awaited crypto market regulation bill. Bipartisan talks reportedly resuming in the Senate. Mr. Chairman, what can you tell us? Because no doubt a reopening is good for financial services and for crypto as well, right?
You bet, because we have pending before the Congress a National Defense Authorization Bill trying to repair the ag damage to our economy from no farm bill during the Biden administration, no Biden enforcement of the Chinese soybeans deal. We need an ag bill, and that's another reason to open to Congress. You're right. We've made progress during September and October on market structure for digital assets. The Clarity Act, which we passed with 78 Democrats in the House back in July, is now subject of intensive work in the Senate by both Senate Democrats and Republicans on the Banking Committee and on the Senate Agriculture Committee. They're making strong progress, and I hope we can conclude that in coming days. It's been hurt by the shutdown, so I'm looking forward to working with them and getting it across the floor and to President Trump's desk.
Now, did you hear that? I mean, that is telling you everything that you need to know as far as I'm concerned about where this space is going. It is going full bore like a freight train. And most folks, look, are oblivious to it. In fact, if you were to actually take a look at the XRP rich list, the XRP rich list, there's less and less retail holders. And in fact, just to get to some of those percentages, you are not talking about holding on to very much XRP. But the fact is, like we just mentioned right there, it's not as easy as you think it is to get. And the day may very well come where most of retail will get absolutely priced out. Just consider this. At one time, it cost you maybe $1,700 to $1,900 to buy 10,000 XRP. Do you realize to get the same XRP right now, you're talking 20 some, almost $25,000 just to get 10,000 XRP? And I'm going to tell you guys, not that many people are out there and have this kind, have that kind of cash that if they did have 25,000, that they'd be throwing it into XRP. And that's where I come out every day and talk about the overall value that's coming. It is going to be massive, massive, massive. And this is where I'm out saying, hey, you got to get ready. You have got to get ready, because what we're going to see, I think, within the next literally 12 to 18 months is going to be such a tectonic shift in the way the economy around the world works. I mean, the Clarity Act, that thing getting passed, guys, that is going to set the stage for so many dominoes to fall. It'll blow your ever-loving mind. And couple that with the fact that Ripple is out there and they are more than likely going to get their banking license. And you got the likes of JP Morgan, and of course, BlackRock, and all these guys really touting, this whole distributed ledger technology. They're getting behind. They can see the value in XRP. They can see the value in Ripple. They can see the value of what's going forward. And the tokenization of these markets, it is going to send it into numbers that I think most people cannot even imagine, and will probably represent the greatest wealth transfer in the history of mankind. You have heard me say that, and I do absolutely, genuinely believe it. Now, I want to address something, guys, because someone that watches the channel, good subscriber and all that, and I certainly get the idea, was coming out and say, well, David, with all that's going on, like, why are you, doing what you're doing and all this kind of stuff? And guys, I'm going to spell it out for you. With respect to what we're doing here and trying to help people getting ready, through the videos, through commentary, through doing, Black Swan Capitalist, the Turning Point, and of course, coaching and stuff like that, is because we want you to make it. And I have seen so many people just literally capitulate and give up on their dreams that it is truly heartbreaking to actually watch. I've watched it happen. I watched people literally see this thing fly to the moon, practically in comparison to what they ever experienced in anything in their life, only to ride that whole thing all the way back down. And the reason why, with respect to our coaching, that we only open it up 1 week at a time is because, guys, when this space moves, it will move so fast, and there is no knowing when that's going to happen. Did anybody predict that flash crash where we drop down to that $1.25 and you watch the terror literally fly right through this entire ecosystem? No, guys. Nobody saw that. And so, if I come out and I tell you, hey, look, we're going to open it up. We only open it up for a very short time, and we leave it that way because we don't know what the next week is going to hold. And there is no way that I want to be sitting there committing to doing all that kind of stuff when I'm going to be asking you and telling you that this is what we're going to be doing. Like, right, we're going to be doing the very thing that I would be encouraging you to do. We watch this market move, then, guys, we're putting all of our attention on achieving goals. We're putting all of our attention on what we need to actually do, and it's going to take time and effort, because when it happens, bang, 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 it takes off so fast you cannot even digest it. I have been there. A lot of people offering the commentary that they've never been through that kind of bull run. Some have. Brad Keim certainly has. Digital Asset Investor certainly has. There's different people that have experienced what a bull run is like. And I'll tell you what, they themselves would come out and acknowledge it is something you can't even truly digest when it really happens. But it happens so quick that if you blink, man, you can miss it. In fact, you owe it to yourself to do this. You go take a look at that, 2020 to 2021 run, which literally changed our lives. You know what, guys? The bulk of that move, it happened in 10 days from the start to the finish, and boom, it was done. And I'm telling you, you want to be Johnny on the spot. And that's why we do it. That's why we open up our coaching only 1 week at a time, because we're not guaranteed of what's going to come the next week. And I don't want to be, sitting there having committed to doing those coaching when I need to be taking care of my own backyard like you would. And if you're interested in doing it, guys, I have, I think, 6 spots left, maybe. That's it. And it's you just visit me at thedigitaloutlook.com. You can get yourself on the calendar. And I've gotten so many emails of people every time they're out. They're like, David, will you open up some more? Will you open up some more? And the reason I do is because we want you to make it. We want so many people to get across that finish line. And that's why we don't have big time sponsors on the channel and all this kind of stuff, because we want to be able to come out and give you our 100% biased opinion. Guys, do not miss out on what's happening. This is going to be revolutionize the way the wide world even works. And that is what these guys are calling it. The WEF, the WEF, World Economic Forum, the International Monetary Fund, and all these guys, they're calling it the fourth industrial revolution. And it is on like Donkey Kong. I'll tell you what. And guys, until later on today when we have another fantastic video for you, have a fabulous one and take care.